Hi everyone, welcome back to Massage with Katrina. I'm Katrina, and this is our 30-minute video of self-massage for nurses. The muscle groups we're going to be focusing on in this video are the neck and upper back, low back, and then also your feet. So go ahead and jump into something comfy and grab a tennis ball. This is the only tool we're going to be using to help with our self-massage today. And once you've gathered those things, let's get started. All right, everyone, first we're going to focus on the low back. And there's a lot of factors that go into what makes your lower back tight. But first we're just going to focus on your lower back. So go ahead, sit on the floor and extend one leg out and bring this other leg in. You might be only able to bring your leg to your knee, or you can bring it clear up to your thigh, maybe in the middle, whichever is comfy for you. Find what feels good, get situated. You're just going to lean forward. You don't have to crank into the stretch. You can just rest your hand on your shin or your knee. Maybe if it feels good, you can bring your hand clear out to your foot. We're just going to lean into that until you feel a bit of a stretch through your low back on this side. And I love movement. I've said that in other videos, but if you want to add a bit of a sway back and forth, I think that's awesome. It just helps to engage all of those muscles and helps to loosen everything up, kind of unbind all that fascia that gets really stuck together and bound up. Go ahead and take a nice deep breath and a deep breath out. When you're ready, go ahead and bring this hand, you're going to bring your hand in like a cupping shape to kind of the side body, placing your fingers right next to your spine and your thumb on the side. You're going to squeeze down into your hip. So kind of starting at the lowest rib here, you're going to squeeze and work your way down into your hip. Still kind of swaying back and forth, leaning into this, taking nice deep breaths, all the things. Squeezing into that low back, and you might feel yourself slowly dropping lower and deeper into the stretch as you do massage and stretching. So now what I'm doing is taking my hand in a fist and placing it right next to my spine, just sliding down into my hip. So applying pressure using the flat part of my knuckles here, starting at that lowest rib, sliding down into the hip, and then kind of moving over towards the side body, doing the same thing. And then out to the side, sliding down, and then going back to that squeezing motion. Just as I sway back and forth, leaning into the stretch, squeezing any areas that feel extra sore, extra tight. All right, awesome. Now we're going to switch to the other side. So go ahead and extend this leg out. Place your foot wherever it's comfy, whichever position's comfy on your leg, and then nice deep breath in and a deep breath out as you lean into the stretch to whatever point is comfortable. Kind of self-evaluate. Maybe you're tighter on this side than you were on the other side, maybe vice versa. Maybe you're about the same. Maybe this is as far as you're able to stretch. That's okay. Wherever you're at, work with it. You're going to take a nice deep breath in. Deep breath out as you begin to sway back and forth if you haven't already. And you might feel not just tension and pulling in your low back, you might feel it in your leg as well. And we're going to get into that too, because a lot of times it's the adductors here, quads, hamstrings. That's a lot of the reason why your low back is tight. Glutes too. We won't really get into that today. But it's amazing how much your body all works together. And when one part gets tight, everything else tends to follow suit. All right, when you're ready, go ahead and bring this hand behind your back. Start squeezing at that lowest rib and working your way down. Just kind of squeezing the side body on the left side of your spine. Or maybe you switched, whichever side you're working on now. Just squeezing down. As you sway back and forth, just taking some time for yourself. I know you don't do that a lot if you're nursing. You guys are real busy. All right, and then when you're ready, go ahead and take your hand, put it in a fist. Ooh, you've got a ring, take that off. We're gonna use the flat part of our knuckles. Starting at the base of that rib, you're gonna slide down to the hip. Start up, slide down as you continue to sway back and forth. Perfect. All right, and then go back to squeezing. Starting at the lowest rib, working down into your hip. Squeezing those love handles. Showing them some love. All right, awesome. You've probably felt yourself drop a little bit more. Maybe do one more pass as you squeeze down the side body. All right, and now you're gonna stay kind of leaning over into this stretch. I'm gonna scooch away from this wall. So now we're gonna work on the thighs, probably those other areas that were a little bit sore. So we're gonna take the heel of our hands, kind of wrap your hand underneath your hamstring here. And you're kind of the same squeezing motion, but instead you're pushing down and squeezing your IT band on this side and your adductors on this side. And then you're kind of using your fingertips to really dig into the hamstrings as well. If you've stopped swaying, keep swaying. As you squeeze your way back up your thigh, you might need to move this foot out of the way, but for stability, keep this leg folded in, or else you might fall over. Unless you have great balance. I would probably fall over. So I'm just kind of working my way back up and then working my way back down. And if you feel like your calves need it, keep squeezing all the way down into your ankle, or just as far as you can reach. I mean, like I said, don't crank into this stretch. Squeeze your way back up. All right, perfect. Once you've made it back up again, go ahead and sit up straight. Maybe shift your spine a little bit. Maybe squeeze that side if it feels kind of stiff. Awesome. And once you're ready, let's switch to the other side. Now what we're going to do is focus on the quads. So take your hand kind of in a cupping shape like this. You're going to wrap around your thigh, start at the upper thigh, and we're just going to squeeze. So pressing into the hamstring with your fingers, you're going to squeeze your IT band and your adductors here. Just squeeze as you work your way down to your knee. Once you get to your knee, go ahead and work your way back up. Just squeezing. Try not to use your thumb. Use the heel of your palm. It's a little bit stronger than your thumb. Once you get up to your upper thigh, squeeze your way back down. And once you get to your knee this time, just keep going past it. Squeeze into those calves and your shins as far as you can reach. Once you get as far as you can go, work your way back up. Just squeezing those legs, giving them some attention. Nice deep breaths. All right, awesome. Maybe come back to your back, sit up straight, twist a little bit, a little more movement in there if it's stiffened up. Squeeze with your hand just to show it some love. Maybe use your heel of your hand to do some circular motions. Just squeeze your back, starting at that low rib, work your way down to your hip. Awesome. Go ahead and sit up straight, bring this leg in, and we'll move on to the next part. All right, guys, first we're going to start with the upper back. So go ahead and grab your tennis ball. And here, I'll turn to the side to show you. I want you to lean up against a wall, and we're going to place the tennis ball between you and the wall, pretty much between your shoulder blades. So you've got your spine down the middle. You're going to go choose either side of your spine, but pretty much we're going to start up at the shoulder blades, and we're going to zigzag back and forth as we work our way down towards the lower back. So go ahead and place that tennis ball. I'm going to start with the left side. So maybe just place the tennis ball on the left side of your spine, and you're going to rock back and forth, just kind of following your ribs back and forth in that same spot. Go ahead and take a nice deep breath. Let your shoulders relax down. You rock back and forth and just take this time for yourself. And now you can use, now you can use your hand, or you can just lean forward a little bit and let that tennis ball drop down just a hair. And just find that new spot, that new space between your ribs. You're gonna rock back and forth across those muscles. There's a lot of muscles that run through here. We're not gonna name them all. That would take a long time. So we're just rocking back and forth, not focusing on anything specific, any specific knots you feel. We're just kind of rolling over them. Lean forward a bit and let that tennis ball slide down to the next rib. Rock back and forth. You'll probably feel the tennis ball rolling over some adhesions you might have, some extra tight muscle that's raised up more than others. And we're just rolling over them. We're not going to focus on anything in particular. Awesome. Go ahead and drop down to that lower part of the shoulder blades. Just keep breathing as you rock back and forth. Wonderful. All right, drop down one more time. You're about in your mid back right now, or at least I am. That's where you should be. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And just rock back and forth. Really try to focus on letting your shoulders relax. I know when you're stressed about work, it's easy for those shoulders to creep up to your ears. Really just take this time to relax, breathe, work out that tension that's just settled in your body. Go ahead and take one more deep breath in, deep breath out, and then we're going to snatch that tennis ball and then move it to the right side, upper part of the shoulder blade, in between your shoulder blade and your spine. And same thing, we're just going to rock back and forth. Take a moment to notice maybe this side is tighter than the other side. Maybe it's about the same. Maybe it doesn't hurt quite so bad to work this out. The thing about self-massages, it's such a good time to do a self-evaluation. You know, what muscles are you using more? Maybe what muscles are more fatigued, more hypertonic? Deep breath. Drop that tennis ball down a bit to the next set of ribs. And just rock back and forth. Breathing. Try to sit up straight, engage your core, but let your shoulders completely relax. If you need to just let your arms drop or your hands drop clear down to the floor or the chair that you're sitting in, do that. Whatever helps, maybe resting them on your knees. Helps you feel more relaxed. Sometimes I found it helps to bring my palms face up. Just kind of opens everything. All right, and then go ahead and drop that tennis ball down, last set of ribs, and rock back and forth. Really mindful just of where those sore spots are. Not focusing on any one in particular, not right now anyway. Back and forth. You feel like you need a little more pressure and it helps to just move really slowly over those muscles, go ahead and do that. Deep breath. Okay, and now we're going to push that tennis ball back up the way we came. So up to that next set of ribs, and same thing, just move really slow, back and forth. Just a few times. We're not going to spend a lot of time here just for the sake of keeping this video short. And bring that tennis ball up to the top of the scapula. Roll back and forth. Awesome. And then we're going to start at the base of the scapula on the left side. Same thing, just really slowly. Rock back and forth. Again, take notice if one side is tighter than the other. And then as you continue to do self-massage, you can maybe focus on that tighter side, the one that needs your attention a little bit more. Maybe you're very right hand dominant, maybe you're very left hand dominant. I just adjusted the tennis ball. Go ahead and move it up to that next set of ribs. Again, Moving very slowly, just rocking back and forth, really stretching out those intercostals of the ribs. Awesome. And then go ahead and last set, go ahead and move that tennis ball up. You might have to reach back this way to move it. Might be difficult to reach, but go ahead, rock back and forth very slowly. Already started to tense up. So if you have started to tense up, relax your arms, your shoulders. Awesome. Wonderful. I'm actually kind of working my way up into more of the upper trap here, just because that's the way the tennis ball's sliding. So if that's happening to you, just work that out. Honestly, all of this helps. Any attention you give your body when it comes to self-care, I think, is just so good. I'm going to do the same thing on this side, just bringing that tennis ball right against my upper trap, so I'm pretty much right here on the back side of my collarbone. Very slowly rocking back and forth. Kind of getting up into the base of the neck as well. Take a deep breath, relax your arms if they've started to tighten up again. All right, wonderful. Now that we've used the tennis ball, you can keep using that if you'd like, but I'm going to move on to the neck. We don't need any lotion for this. This is meant to just be a short, quick massage, but it helps if you're sitting up to a table and you can rest your elbows on the table, but I'm going to place my fingers on the back of my neck and kind of pull away from my spine, while at the same time pressing in with my heel of my hand, or the heel of my palm, excuse me. We're starting at the base of the neck. Take a deep breath and just work your way up into the suboccipitals in the back of your head. At the base of the neck, squeeze, deep breath, and really squeeze those suboccipitals. I'm kind of pressing in at the base of my hairline, at the base of my skull, and really pulling my fingers out, applying pressure and just sliding out to the side behind my ears. Start at the base of the skull again and go up into those suboccipitals. And once you get there, just apply pressure with your fingers and slide out to the side, to the back of your ears, just following your hairline. Maybe draw a few circles, applying pressure behind your ears there. Take a nice deep breath. All right, wonderful. Let's move on to the next part. All right, for this final 10 minutes of the video, we're going to focus on a foot massage. So if you haven't already, I think I forgot to tell you guys, but go grab either a blanket that's folded up, a block, maybe a thick book, because I know it's not always comfortable to sit crisscross applesauce. But go ahead and grab a blanket and just prop yourself up onto it. We're going to sit on this blanket. If you feel like maybe this one isn't enough, go ahead and grab another one to add, just to prop you up that much more. And if you're a sock person like me, we're going to get rid of those socks. So go ahead and pull those off, and also grab your favorite lotion or oil. And you don't need much, just a little bit, just enough to be able to slide along the skin of your foot. And spread that lotion around. Make sure you're getting the top of your foot and your ankle. Actually, roll your pant legs up if you haven't already. We're going to get into the ankle a little bit too, because you guys are on your feet all day. So you just need some extra love. This part of your body that carries you everywhere that you need to go, whether you're in a hurry or if you're walking slowly. Your feet are always there for you, and your ankles too. So what I'm doing right now is I'm kind of just spreading the lotion around, but I'm also massaging a little bit. I'm kind of squeezing my ankle in a circular motion, kind of pinching it between my thumbs and the rest of my fingers. If you need a little more lotion, go ahead and grab some. And I'm working on the front of my ankle, but I'm also squeezing the Achilles tendon in the back as well. Just kind of working my hands in a circular motion. Maybe a few squeezing motions out to your toes. Awesome. And once you've done that a few times, maybe you need to adjust a little bit where you're sitting. But I'm going to use mostly the kind of meat of my thumb here as I draw my thumb in a circular motion. So I'm kind of alternating my thumbs, starting at my heel and just alternating as I work my way down the arch of my foot and into the ball of my foot and out to the toes. And honestly, the slower you move, the better. You'll be able to loosen up the muscles in your foot a lot more effectively if you're moving nice and slow. Go ahead and take nice deep breaths too while you're doing this. Try to let your shoulders drop down. I know it's easy to let those shoulders creep up to your ears. But just work your thumbs alternating in circular motions down the bottom of your foot, and also be sure to be squeezing with your fingers on the top of the foot as well. Just giving everything some attention because I'm sure it's all very sore. All right, once you've warmed up your foot, maybe if you need to, grab a little bit more lotion and apply it on your knuckles, the back of your hand as well. And you're going to make a fist and use kind of this flat part of the knuckle here. Place it on your heel, and we're just going to slide, applying a pretty good pressure. Slide out towards your toes, just along your arch. Awesome. And move over a little bit, get in the middle of your foot. Go all the way out to your toes, using your knuckles. Hi, Moses. My cat has come to say hello. Hi. And I've moved back over to my arch here. Working out to the toes. Awesome. Maybe give those toes a little bit of love too. And once you've done that, now what you're going to do is place your thumbs right around your heel and wrap your fingers around the front of your foot. And you're just going to kind of alternate, rotate down your foot into your toes. Just like that. Alternate your hands back and forth out to your toes. And then go ahead and take your hand, bring your knee up. We're going to do the same thing around your ankle. Just kind of giving that Achilles tendon, all of those tendon attachments through your ankle, just giving them some love as you rotate back and forth. And once you do that, same hand position, but squeeze down through the Achilles tendon into your foot. So I'm kind of squeezing and sliding down my ankle. Just like that. And I'm using my thumbs to go all the way into my heel here. Awesome. Okay. Perfect. Now let's move to the other side. Go ahead and switch. And if you need more lotion, again, grab a little bit more. Then go ahead and just spread that around your foot. Maybe roll your pant leg up. Spread it up your ankle a bit. And we're just kind of squeezing that muscle, getting it warmed up. And I'm going to start again alternating my thumbs as I slide down my hand. Just like that. Do that a few times. Into the ball of your foot, into your toes, making sure you're getting all of those areas. I'm even actually going to start up in my ankle here. So alternating my thumbs back and forth as I work my way down into my foot, and then wrapping my fingers around, making sure to squeeze the top of my foot as I alternate my thumbs and slide down into the ball of my feet and out to the toes. Awesome. Now grab a little more lotion if you haven't already and place it on the flat part of your knuckles here. And you're going to start right at the base of the heel and just slide down the arch of your foot into the ball of your feet out to your toes. And just rechecking in with your shoulders. Take a nice deep breath. Drop those shoulders if they've crept up towards your ears again. Slide out to your toes. Awesome. Then one more time. Take your fist, slide across your arch down to the ball of your feet. Awesome. All right, bring this knee up. And again, we're just going to rotate around the ankle here. So you place your hands in this position, place your thumbs on the back of your ankle and your Achilles tendon and just rotate back and forth. And I'm using my thumbs as well to slide all the way down into my heel here. Slide all the way down. Deep breath. Rotate back and forth. And once you get down into where your heel connects to your ankle, go ahead and slide those thumbs down. Awesome. All right, one more time. Slide up the foot. Squeeze those toes. Awesome. Wonderful job, everyone. We are going to call that good for today, but I hope this was helpful for you. And if you need to spend extra time massaging your feet, your shoulders, your low back, whichever one of those you maybe need more of, go ahead and do that. Spend as much time as you need. But this is just an example video of some self-massage you can do to help with some of the common aches and pains of nurses. I hope everyone has a great day. Take care, and I'll see you next time.